Hey everyone, this is We're All Friends here. My name is Matt Ruby.
Mark Normand here on Cave Comedy Radio.
Good to be here.
All right, we nailed that one.
Yeah, finally. How do you feel like people feel about our intros? Are they like, we got a whole like some other shows, I know people will just skip right past the intro, get to the meat. Do you think the people who listen to our show like the intros?
Well, I feel like we try to keep it somewhat humorous. We're not Mark Maron talking about how he quit smoking for the 8th time that day and his 13 cats that are missing. It's not as indulgent.
Themes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to like us that much to get through the intros.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to subscribe to my entire life feed.
Right, but
we get through 2 minutes of chit chat.
Yeah, we're keeping it under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So
okay, all right.
Not crazy.
I'm feeling good about that.
All right.
And this guy coming up on this episode, comedy mainstay here in New York, one of the best comics around.
Oh yeah.
Always interesting too when we have people who've savvy veteran in New York who I don't think either of us are that close with, normally. So
right.
it's always an interesting thing to try to get someone like that to open up on stage.
Definitely.
Because he doesn't really know who I am that well. And so I think there's a little bit of tension during this interview, but I also think we got some good stuff out of him.
Yeah, he just kind of poured out his whole origin story, how he got into comedy and a little bit about him, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, he is a fascinating guy.
Oh, yeah. Great story how he came up in the comedy world.
Well, should we get into it?
Well, yeah, let's. I should just say, big guy, heavy metal fan, long hair, chain wallet. That's all you need to know.
Beard.
All right, Peter. Well, thanks for coming. We got one more. This guy's hilarious. Boy, huge fan of him. You might have seen him on Jimmy Fallon, maybe on Comedy Central. Put your hands together for your friend and mine, Mr. Big J. Oakerson. Come on, let him hear it.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Mark Normand, everyone. Have fun as a show so far. This is super exciting. Performing here with Mark Normand, the Village Voice's best comic of New York City. Is that right, Mark? Yeah. You were voted the best comic in New York City to the Village Voice. Yeah. I believe them. That is the same free newspaper I reference for all of my Asian tranny hand jobs. You've never looked at the Village Voice? Or you've looked at it a lot and you've gotten an Asian tranny hand job and you're uncomfortable now that I brought it up. Fair enough. Well, it's nice to look out and see a room of people you sort of already know. Christina, how are you? Is this guy not a comic or is he a comic? Lance. Oh, Lance. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got glasses and you fucking cut your hair. You used to have more of a dorky thing. Now you're all manly. You're growing up on me. Are you banging Lance? Why not? You're a really shitty girl comic. I don't mean your material. I've never seen that. I mean the fact that you're not fucking enough guy comics. Have you even tasted Joe DeRosa's sperm? I ask every girl comic that. Are you a girl comic? Joe DeRosa's sperm? No? Do you want to do Chelsea lately one day? Do you want to high five Bill Burr on the veranda of a foreign gig? Thank you. Where were we? Asian hand jobs. My favorite thing. Have you ever gotten one? Weiss, you've gotten an Asian hand job before, no? Never? Am I the only piece of shit? This is why I can't do alt rooms. You guys all love your parents and stuff. I grew up without a father and a love of Asian hand jobs. It's such a great decision before you get the hand job. You realize how, but the first one I ever got was me and Kevin Hart. And Kev already had some good shit going for him, and I was like, man, this guy just shits gold. And I took such pleasure in the fact that we went to an Asian hand job place, and there was one pretty one and one ugly one, and the ugly one just grabbed Kev and took him back, and I was like, sweet. I was like, look at things coming up Big J style for once. And then we go into they like shower you on a bed thing. It's like a leather bed. It's gross. You get naked, and you just look like a fucking, I'm all fat on like a wet leather doctor bed. and they have a big bucket of hot water, and they just dunk a bucket into it and pour it over your dick. And it's nice. And I just heard Kev's water was too hot. He went, "Eee!" and came running out. He goes, "I'm out of here," and then just scurried away. That was the only time me and Kevin Hart got hookers where it worked out better for me. The other time didn't go good. We got hookers twice. That time, and then twins in upstate New York. You think twins, we'd both either have a great or bad time, but I got the bunk twin. I got the gross one that fucking had kids. Yeah. And Kev was also 5'4" with a 10-inch dick, which really makes a 6'3" fat guy with a not 10-inch dick, we'll call it. I don't know the exact size, but I know that it's divisible by Kev's dick. Or his dick's divisible by mine. Whichever one makes mine smaller. Oh. Was that 4 minutes already, Norman? I was just hitting the rhythm with those war stories. Are you worried I'm digging a hole too deep? These people aren't going to like you if you keep telling hooker stories. You ever get a hooker, Norman? On accident? Really? Because you didn't realize... Was it Vegas? And you fucked her, and then she was like, "By the way, you owe me money"? No. Was she really? How old are you? What? How you lost your virginity? To a hooker? That's fucking awesome. You know, it's when I was 18, I got a job where I was for some engineering company, but I was just doing fat guy work. Like I had to count cars or something. I had to count cars to see if they should put like a McDonald's at an intersection. It was a weird job, but like they'd send me on the road. And when I was so broke and young, I asked my grandmom. It was my first road trip to do this stupid job. I'm like, Mom. I call her Mom. I go, Mom. I don't have any. Why is that funny, you dick? You don't have a heart? You don't love your Mom? I go, can I have $200 so I can eat this week while I'm on this road thing? And she goes, yeah. She gives me $200. And I go, the first day we're out there counting cars, me and these two guys who I don't know, there's like one of those like live girls, definitely like hand job hooker place. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going to come back there when I'm alone without these guys. And I went back there immediately as soon as the thing was over. And I walked in, and I wasn't like getting laid or anything where I was like some kind of, I was very uncomfortable. But I go into this place, and there's like a 50-year-old lady with like liver spots on her hands and shit, and it's like, come on in, it's a massage. And I give her like she goes, it's only $10 for a massage. So I'm like, wow. And I'm naked, and she starts like grazing her weird old hands, like she had like turquoise rings on and shit, like over my dick and bush, my heavy 19-year-old bush. And she goes, without words, she's like, you wanna? And I was like, yeah. And this is called being a dumb teenager. She goes, $300. And I was like, whoa, I don't have that. And she goes, well, what do you have? And I went, $200. And I gave her all my fucking money. Yeah, to fucking old lady. And then I had to go back and tell the other guys, like, guys, all my money fell out of my fucking windbreaker pants. I was wearing windbreaker pants. And then they had to expense account all my food. And I had to lie to my mom. To this day, I never told her that she paid for my first hooker hand job. I should call my mom more. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Do I sit in this throne here? Yeah.
All right. Boy,
Good to have you.
I actually should mention I got a BJ in Mexico from a tranny.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a tranny at the time.
You didn't know it was a tranny?
No, my friends were all getting laid and at these strip clubs in Boys Town. And I went in. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm hammered. I'm getting a BJ. So I went in. The girl put the condom on. She was blowing me, and I was squeezing the boobs. And I was like, boy, these are really hard. Uh-oh. Hard boobs. Uh-oh. And then I eventually finished, and I left. And my friends were like, you went in there? And they all died laughing.
That's fucking... I got whacked off by a tranny, sort of, not fully, but just like a little, like she touched my dick a little bit. Dave Smith's got the best fucking tranny story, but he won't. He shuts down emotionally about the whole thing.
Can you tell it?
Man, I want to so bad, but he'll literally be so upset.
All right.
It breaks his. We did it. We talked about it on our podcast before. He was cool about it at a time. Basically, he fucked a dude. Go ahead. Your questions.
In the ass?
In the ass?
No.
Oh.
No, it was post-op. It's his story to tell. But
We'll let him have that.
Sounds like a
God
real
damn
award
it. It's
winner.
such a great. I'm so bummed I never fucked a tranny. I'd love to tell that story.
They give.
I just got half whacked off by one.
Nah.
Yeah, I almost went home with one, and then I had to say I didn't even know it was a chick
Yeah,
or a man
a
or
man.
whatever. And then I think she just she was getting off on fooling me.
Uh-huh.
But then at the end, I think then she just felt bad, like she was taking advantage of me. And
Yeah.
was like,
Norman,
by the
was
way,
your-
I'm a man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I gotta go.
Was your dude hot enough that if mid blowjob was like, by the way, my name's Greg, would you have like kept going?
Probably.
Nice.
Great BJ. Like, she knew the equipment. You could tell.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I can respect
believe
that.
Men give better blowjobs.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see that.
Unbelievable.
Have you been to a lot of hookers then?
No. Yeah. No. Enough. Like, I've had some weird fucking. It's never great. The situation's
Really?
never. I've
It's
never
just an
had
awkward sort of
I've never
vibe.
had a fucking fantastic hooker situation. Like they're always sort of like shitty. I guess Amsterdam was like my first Amsterdam was like a
Like
rush.
the red light district?
Yeah, I went with like two black comics who were like, I was young. That was very young. I was like 22 or something. So I was very weird to be in another country even. Like I was nervous. And these two black dudes were friends more than they were friends with me. So they just like kind of comfortable. So like one went into a place, and in my mind, I'm still on the, so we all stick together, guys, right? Like we don't
Right.
get lost. And I guess if one of us goes in, we'll all wait for that guy. And then one of the black guys went in, and the other one was like, "Oh, now I'm going to find a chick." And then so he just starts walking to the
Yeah.
point where I'm kind of lost now to where the other guy is, and he goes into a place, and I'm in a weird position where it's like I want to fucking do something with a hooker, but I don't want to get lost and be alone in
Right.
Amsterdam. So I just run into the first door where there's like a weird like. Just real Grace Jones looking black chick, like fucking finger wagging me in, and
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, we didn't even fuck. She like blew me, but she like took my pants off aggressive, and all that foreign change fell out of my pocket, which is like, you know, always worth far more than you think it's going to be.
Right.
Because she was like, "Can I have that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And by the way, she did talk like that. Even in answer, like, "Can I have that?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "All right." And I probably gave her like $60 in coins to fucking give me. She's blowing me, and I'm looking for my fucking black friends out the
Right.
window, and then like it was awful. So
I
that
was
wasn't
there-
very good.
Every time I hear about Amsterdam, they're like, you wouldn't believe the hookers there. They're like supermodels. It's amazing.
No, there's some fantastic ones. Me and DeRosa went one time out in Amsterdam. I was a little bit older and, you know, wasn't as scared then, but we found two chicks that were right in windows next to each other. One was like hot, beautiful chick that everyone would want to fuck, and then Joe fucked someone's grandmother in the other one for some reason. I have no idea why he liked that, but he really did like that. So.
I like older women.
How older, though?
I'd go 55.
Will you?
Yeah.
I've done 55 shit before. Patrice O'Neill wingmaned me in a crime we did not know we were committing.
Really?
One time, yeah, with this weird old lady in Houston. No, generally wearing turquoise jewelry, fucking crispy tan from that
Yeah.
fucking Texas heat. Husband's
Hot at all? Is it like a MILF? Or?
yeah, like enough. And she was pulling her titties out for everybody, but her husband was inside. But she kept saying it wasn't her husband.
Uh-huh.
And the owner of the club was like, "Hey, why don't you take Jay upstairs and show him your titties in a private room?" And she was like, "You want to go?" You know, she's like the smoker's voice. Like, "You want to head up there and I'll show you?" I'm like, "Sure." And we go up there, and like she said one of the hottest things ever. She just got down on her knees and went, "Fuck my face."
Wow.
Yeah, like 50 something.
Woo.
Yeah, so I was like, "Sure, man," and I fucking and I did. And then a manager came up and knocked on the door of the office, and he was like, "Hey, man, we need to pay you." And I could tell it was an excuse, like, get this girl out of here.
Right.
And so I was like, "Oh, I got to do this thing." So she left and went downstairs. And then when I went downstairs, like, the guy told me, he goes, "Wait up here." He goes, "That dude is her husband." Like, she's lying.
Oh, shit.
And he's downstairs, like, pacing around looking. And then when Patrice found that out, he was like, "Dude," he goes, "I just helped you fucking ruined some dude's life. He goes, she didn't tell me it was her husband. He goes, well, I feel like an asshole because Patrice was there engaging with him the entire. It was like he was like stalling him so his wife can get fucked in the face by some fat dude from Philly.
Yeah, it's a good friend.
Everyone's dream.
I have a question about being Big J, and do you feel like you have to be fat now? Like it's part of your identity?
I've been actively trying to not be fat for a couple of years. I've lost like 70-something pounds.
Yeah, you look
a
lot lighter. But like, would it is it like a branding thing? Like I'm Big J. What if I lost all this weight?
It's funny now. It's been said for so long that I don't even think about it. But like, if I think about it, I feel silly even having the Big J thing. But it really was. It was really from starting off in that black circuit, man. Like, trying to get a black dude on first glance to say the word Oakerson and nail it was like useless.
Right. Yeah.
On Bad Boys of Comedy, I'm just Big J. On the thing on HBO, I did, or White Boys, one of those awful shows I did. White Boys in the Hood, like it's like by the time they come to you the third time, like it's Okerland, and you're like just Big J is fine. So it just says Big J. Fucking poor Kurt Metzger, man. We started off in that black circuit together, man. They used to like Metzger just always tried to, Kurt Metzger. He would always say it, and they would fuck it up every time.
Yeah.
And he had such awkward moments where one guy brought him as Kurt Metzelars, and Kurt tried to go up with like fake confidence, and he goes, "It's Metzger, motherfucker!" And the crowd right away was like, "Boo!" They just hated him.
Yeah, you can never correct. And you just got to take whatever wrong name they give you.
But it was almost better. The funnier one was when they couldn't remember it. They would always. Here's the thing with a black host: he's gonna get your name before he goes back on stage. He's going to get it. He'll say it right back to you. And this guy will be like, "What's your name?" He'll be like, "Kurt Metzger." He goes, "Kurt Metzger. Got it." And then he goes on stage, and 1,000 look at this motherfucker shirts later, he's forgotten. So what they used to do was, they used to, I may have told this on Mark Maron's thing, but like they used to stretch out Kurt's name, like just they'd stretch the word Kurt out to like fill the space of what would be a last name also. So be like, "Everybody clap it up for the hilarious Kurt." I said it was like the 12 and the Sesame Street, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12.
So it's kind of cool though. The black circuit so well, yet you're a white dude. What do you know, having been like in that situation? Like most white people haven't been in that realm. Like what insight did that give you that the rest of us don't have?
No fear of the crowd. When I first came up to New York, it took me a couple times to pass. They used to have the process. The comic strip used to be this lady Starla would watch you, which was very bizarre. She was like a lesbian girl who didn't work anywhere else except the comic strip, but like she would decide if you were good enough to pass on to Lucian. He passed away now, but he was the guy who would have to watch you the next week if you got through her. And I didn't get through her like 1 or 2 times, and then I did get through to Lucian, and I passed with him the first time, and the crowd was like, a comic named DC Benny was there, and he was surprised I passed. He goes, "Man, there's only like 10 people in that audience." I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, it was like 10 people who were like really ready to laugh."
Yeah.
Whereas like me and Kurt would start at that black club in Philly. It would be packed, like 250 people packed for the open mic every Thursday, because it was promoted by the hip hop station. But it was like real big, like, just loud black fucking comedy and like really explosive laughter.
Yeah.
Which I was I pandered so fast that I would do like Kurt never pandered, but I would pander quick on that shit. And
what kind of pandering?
I just started dressing like a wigger and like really just doing everything. You ever meet this bitch up in a club? I buy that bitch a drink. I'm dancing with that drink all night. And I ask people where they're from. Like, "Oh, anybody from West Philadelphia?" Like, I care about all that shit. And
what was the closer?
Taking off my fucking clothes, man.
Wow.
I used to get down the fucking. I can already tell it's what somebody gave you. I can already tell. That's a good
Was there
one.
a song involved?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
it was.
Do tell.
It's great. I used to get down to my stepfather's zebra print underwear because he was smaller than me and they were funnier. But I used to close with dude, it was bad. I thought it was brilliant because it killed. it fucking killed so hard. I would go and I would talk about bodybuilders, which I didn't even have a joke really for it. It was just to get to this thing, and I'd be like, bodybuilders, it's so gay and weird, right? They just get a bunch of dudes posing in underwear. Who wants to see that shit? And then the 2001 theme would start playing, which, the Ric Flair's music.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. And I would, I'd be possessed by the music. It's so bad. It's amazing that I judge any young, shitty comedy. I watch tapes of myself. Sometimes I found some old shit of me and Kurt. Not that I can't find a tape of me doing this, but I wish. I may have done it on BET's Comic View, but good luck finding that. And so I would get down on the first crescendo of that song. I'd be possessed by the music, and I would take off my shirt, and the people would just be they were so excited for me being. They realized what was going to happen. These black people would lose their shit and just be cheering and clapping. And then the second crescendo would hit, and I'd drop my pants, and I'm wearing literally bikini cut fucking underwear.
Oh yeah.
Ridiculous. If I was opening for me now, I would have me kicked off the show. I'd be like, I just can't. This is insane. Why would you? But this guy shouldn't be doing comedy. I don't know how. God bless Keith Robinson for taking me out of Philly and deciding there was something funny about me.
And you were fatter then, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Look, the joke still would be funny for the same reasons now, but it was funnier then.
Yeah.
But I'd get down, I'd be in my underwear, and then I would just pose it out. And I remember that fucking music would cut off, and just that's what I said about pandering. They would just roar.
Yeah.
I would have 300-pound black chicks just throwing fat pussy at me. It would be
really?
funny. Yeah, I didn't do it because a lot of them had lazy eyes. I don't know, they lived by power lines or something, but they were so bad. But they'd come back every week. They'd come back and try. It was great. And I mean, I destroyed. I made my bones almost based off that. I would get booked on all these shows. Now they'd start taking me out of the New Jack spot, they would call it, where they'd pay you $25 to and the thing about the black circuit, man, is it pays. It really does. Yeah. So I was able to survive a little bit, even on the fact that not working any of the clubs. I'd go hang out at the clubs, because that's what Keith Robinson's thing was, hang out at the clubs, but I'd still do this black circuit and make $100 on a Tuesday, which was huge. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so based off that fucking joke, and then it just it never went bad. And then it just went so bad one day. It was the first time I ever performed in front of a crowd that wasn't the ghetto hip-hop station pumped crowd. I would get in the finals of a competition, and I was going against Touré. You know Touré?
Oh, yeah, I love Touré.
I was going against Touré, which really intimidated me at the time, because I'm pretty new,
right?
And Touré had been doing it for a while, and he just I looked at him as a guy who was very comfortable, and he wasn't in a crazy long time, but just a guy where I'm he knows what he's doing at least. This doesn't freak him out,
right?
And I'm we're going in front of a crowd. We're gonna do the finals. It's me versus him on a weekend. We're each doing 5 minutes in front of a crowd that paid paid money to be on the show, to come to a show. So it's not these young thuggy people. It's more sweatery Bill Cosby types. And
oh boy,
yeah, and Touré went up first, I think, and killed, which made me even more uncomfortable. So I go up there with my bullshit jokes, and I'm eating shit. Because I'm also, by the way, it's not that I wouldn't even do this now, but now I have something you just kind of, it's the unspoken confidence that you can deliver shit and make it work in a situation. But now you're talking about nervous, and all my stuff's pretty dirty at this point still too. You know what I mean? And it's and I'm just trying to, but it's the most basic, been done, you've heard it already. Shit's oh man, how come girls don't taking cum on the face like they do in porn movies? And they're Jesus Christ, what the fuck's this guy's problem? And it's not doing well. My jokes are doing bad. So even in my head, I'm kind of maybe I shouldn't do the underwear thing. I mean, I'm prepared for it. My balls are smashed into my stepfather's underwear. But I'm maybe I won't do it. But I just I didn't get, it came out of my mouth before I could even think, and I was what's with bodybuilders? And they started that fucking song. I remember taking the shirt off was the first sign where I took the shirt off, and it was I'm so used to the cheering, and then somebody I could hear individual voices, and one person was oh my God.
Oh man.
And then as I'm turning around, I was undoing my pants, and I was I could stop. I should stop. But I didn't stop.
Oof.
I was just in it, and I just for the first time ever, with no confidence, this is going. I'm prepared for how bad it's going. I drop my pants. I'm wearing it's thong on. It's so bad, and and I just have my head low. I just dropped him even kind of like half. It's all so half-hearted now. And I hear someone go, Jesus Christ. And I finished all the posing when I was standing there, and it was dead silence. The silence was never there before. It was always like a huge cheer, and I would just pull my pants up and be like, I'm Big J.
Yeah. Good
night, motherfuckers. And it's dead. It's crickets. And someone in the back, it was a dude, he goes, what the fuck? And Metzger said I should have just walked off with my pants around my ankles.
Yeah.
Metzger was in the back just like feeling for me because we're the only two white guys there. And I pulled my pants up. Fucking took like 8 hours to pull them up. I walked off so fucking defeated. And then I never did that joke again. I would.
Wow.
I would do it again for the pure, like if I ever had to do like the My First Joke, one of them type shows, like, I would just do it. Fuck it.
That would be funny, yeah.
It'd be fucking ridiculous.
I have a question because someone told us to ask you this. Do you feel like your career is where it should be?
No, not at all. With this talent? No. Who does, though? I guess a lot of people.
Do you feel, is it like, are you envious of other people, or is like there's
Sure.
something that you should have done differently, or do you think it's going? I mean, I think
I
you're
should have
doing
learned Twitter.
well.
I should have learned Twitter. No, I'm trying though, but it is like you try to get that thing out of your heart, which like, I don't know how long you guys have been doing. I've been doing it for about 15 years almost. So it's like driving here. I came across to Williamsburg, so I came all through. Is that like Greenpoint, Brooklyn, or like that?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like a fucking whole building. It's like Eric Andre show and like Hannibal stuff. You just gotta get. It's like I like both those guys. So you try to get that anger out of your heart on what it's like. I don't know, dude. Like I'm not the guy for because I think it's like all you have to do for most things like that to quell that is like I'll watch the Eric Andre show and I'll be like, well, this isn't what I don't jump through desks, like, dress up like a hot dog and whatever. It's like it's not even a dig on it. It's like that's not what my show would be anyway.
You wouldn't have those fans anyway.
Exactly. It doesn't make any kind of a fucking difference. So it's like, no, I don't know. Like I said before, I do like, but I talk to Ari Shaffir about this all the time. It's an interesting thing, like how you kind of follow who you choose to follow. And like Ari had like, Ari Shaffir, right? So Ari has like his mentor, quote unquote, the guy who really took him through was Joe Rogan.
Right.
And Joe Rogan, if nothing else, is a fucking doer. It's even their comedy. Love or hate the comedy. He's a doer. He's a guy who does the fucking podcast. It's huge. He's got 18 jobs at Fear Factor and UFC, and he's huge on Twitter and all that. So he's just always stayed like in the loop of that kind of shit. And the guys that I just followed, and for better or for worse, like just wrote them down to like almost like the T of what they did. I do as far as like watching their comedy from everything I used to get called for. Like with it, basically, I'll say the names first so it all makes sense. But like Keith Robinson brought us to the city, but Keith and Kev, I think, had a much more organic friendship where it was like those two were going to be a little more peas in the pod. I can't even measure what it is that Keith did for me to get me in. I probably would have just quit comedy at some point in Philly because there was a ceiling on it.
Yeah,
and I felt it, and I was like, I knew dressing in FUBU jerseys, I wasn't doing what I wanted to do in comedy.
Right.
So I owe Keith that so much. And then Bobby Kelly brought me on the road to open for him a few times. It was like monetarily keeping me afloat at time, which was great. But the guys I really sunk into and went on the road with and just like formed friendships with that meant something to me to learn from them. The Obi-Wan, fucking Luke Skywalker relationships were Patrice and Attell. And both of those guys, man, are like respectively, I believe, in what they do as far as like the straight setup punch of like Dave Attell versus the Patrice, like, come into my world, here's my fucking views, and you may not like them, but I'm going to make you laugh at them.
Two of the best.
Like, they were each the best at those two styles of comedy, which I like have aped over the years as well as just like try to make my own hybrid version of something with that. But both of those guys, one thing that's consistent with both of them, terrible fucking self-promoters and not very much like guys that I can sit around a hotel room with to this day with Attell and be like, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck what burger I'm eating? And then I'll talk to someone like Ari who's like, doesn't matter, dude. For some reason they do. For some reason, the guy who likes you in Indiana wants the connection of going like, hey, I'm eating this great burger at this place. And he wants to go, well, dude, I had a burger the other day. When next time you come to Illinois, you got to go to so-and-so's burger. Right. And for me, I go, no disrespect to guy in Illinois, I don't give a fuck about your local burger. It's like, I just don't. I'm a narcissist, so of course I like to, dude, you killed it last night and so-and-so, and I hit favorite stars, but I just don't know what to do. Especially in New York, too, and you can understand this to a degree, too, I think, is like, it's hard to even think about, unless you come into it. Like, again, all that, Facebook and Twitter, even go back to MySpace stuff, all that happened on me. in my career. It didn't exist when I first started.
Right.
Fucking smartphones didn't exist.
Right.
You know, if you had a StarTech phone when I started doing comedy, like Keith Robinson got a StarTech phone and made us feel like fucking peasants because we didn't. Which is a StarTech phone as a joke now, you know what I mean? So I didn't really know. It just came to me, and it wasn't something I jumped onto. You know, me and Kev and Hart started together, and Kurt's taken to Facebook. You know what I mean? And Kevin Hart, last time I spoke to him, he told me the big thing was like his specials came out, and it wasn't that they were huge, but like he just pushed it so hard. He stayed on that on mailing lists and all that shit. And my thing was like I just kind of wanted to show up and be funny, and I've paid the price for that, and I've learned through time like. It just isn't enough. And even if it is, some of the industry people that have taken interest in me and kind of like, you know, the positivity I get is kind of just like, you're taking a little bit of a path, like, you know, a lot of resistance in that regard. So it's kind of like, so if you're going to do it that way, you just got to like kind of wait it out. And people have said, you know, I've had like Bill Burr and stuff like that kind of like ease my mind with saying things. Just like, just hang in there, dude. Like if you can't feel, you know what I mean? Like if you don't feel that you're a guy who's going to just constantly stay up on Twitter, like you might not just be that guy, just kind of hang in there, you'll find your... And I found that, too. I think even with that, approaching things with a positivity and not having so much, like, malice in my heart for, like, why is fucking so-and-so?
Right.
It's easy to fall into, especially now with, like, a thing where you're, like, you know...
It's all in your face.
You'll see guys, like... and this isn't saying names of saying someone's not funny. Like, they're all funny guys. Like, but I see, like, 3 years ago, I didn't know the names like Andrew Schultz and Krista Stefano.
Right.
And now they're, like, probably financially doing better than me. But we have to do the same thing. You go, I'm not going to be, like, Code doesn't want me.
Right.
Some 35-year-old fucking curmudgeon shithead fucking shitting on their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And you got a family? You got a daughter?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 11.
All right. And you're married to the baby mama?
Yeah, poorly, but...
Does she like the comedy world?
My wife?
Yeah.
She, I met her, she was a waitress at the comic strip years ago.
Oh, wow.
And now it's like, I mean, it's a marriage. It's on its way, like literally on its way out. But it's a good run. Got an 11-year-old, cool kid. She's a great chick and stuff. But she's like, she likes comedy, but I mean, she's not like heavily invested into it in any kind of way. I would never... She's not the kind of person that's like, she likes to go just see shows and shit at all.
Yeah. Well, I heard that your daughter once walked in on you while you were playing with your balls.
No, she didn't walk. I was outside playing with my balls. I wish walked in was the way it happened, but I was outside.
Just standing in the front yard?
No, my back steps of my house, like, face, is weird. There's a back door, but it's like sunken. It's like, you know, subterranean a little bit, so it's like 4 steps to go up. And if you're sitting on those steps, you're facing the back door.
All right.
And I remember the day. It was because it was before Hurricane Sandy, which literally destroyed my fucking world.
Really?
Yeah. But the day before Hurricane Sandy was a really beautiful, nice day.
Yeah.
And I was outside wearing basketball shorts, no underwear.
As basketball shorts do it every time.
They do.
Yeah.
Because they're loose. Sometimes you just get a boner in basketball shorts. You're doing a lot of rubbing up. But I was laying down, and I just had a ball itch. I shaved my sack. Maybe it was day 3.
Yeah.
I reached up the leg, and I was scratching my balls. And it was, like, pretty warm, and my balls were loose. And as I'm scratching, it was making a noise. Balls hitting taint. Noise.
It's a good noise.
It's a great noise. And I was doing that for a while and just really and I was scratching it like, you know, there's a weird thing you'll sink into. I was doing it, my balls didn't itch anymore, but I was just like, just making that weird,
You're
like,
getting a groove.
Quacking noise almost. And I was just smoking a cigarette and looking up at the sky and wondering how a hurricane's coming on such a peaceful, great day.
Yeah.
And then I just looked forward, and she was standing there, my daughter, in that doorway with her arms, like, very aggressively, like, her arms were on both sides of the door opening. Yeah. Like she really did catch me, and she goes, I've been standing here the whole time. That was her first one. I didn't say anything. I went, ooh, and she goes, I've been standing here the whole time, and I shoot her like a cat. I went, get out of here. Yeah. And she ran inside, and then I stayed outside for like 15 more minutes in embarrassment, because she didn't catch me jerking off. I was scratching below my balls, essentially. Right. But when it's a girl, that's why I hate having a daughter. I love my daughter, but I hate having a daughter.
Right.
Because a son, I could have explained, you know, it's my balls. One day your balls are going to get bigger, and you're going to make cool clapping noises with them. and you'll call me, and we're gonna have that cats in the cradle moment. My boy was just like me.
Yeah.
And but my daughter, it's like I just have to let her. I know she thinks she caught me jerking off, but I got to let that happen because there's no point in opening the.
Clarifying's not going to help.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't doing what you think I was doing. I was doing something weirder, yet not so offensive to you, my daughter, who had the pleasure of watching all of it for God knows how long, because I sunk into looking up and smoking a cigarette and scratching my balls. I think I was mentally writing lyrics to the noise.
And we also heard one time two chicks put a dildo in your ass.
I tell that in a store in a stage joke.
Not true.
It's not that it's not true.
It was 3 chicks.
They didn't get it in. It was 3 chicks. They didn't get it in. But I did agree to that stipulation for a threesome. And I meant it, but the dildo was just way too big. And it wasn't going to get in there. And I just came to a point. The threesome it happened. We went through with it, but it literally had to be with the me pulling like a, come on. Like I really had to do like that. It's like, girls, what are you going to think of me anyway if this does get in there?
Right.
Like, you really want to fuck a guy together who can
So they were insisting to you that this was that's the way it would happen?
Like most fucking awesome, can't believe this is happening. So I'm a very insecure dude about my dick size, about my weight, about my facial look. I don't feel like I deserve attractive chicks ever. I get very insecure. So I will weirdly, almost in a sense of being funny, my defense mechanism is to kind of like offer a weird thing to get a cool thing. You know what I mean? So I always say, I go, do whatever you want. So in the joke, I say these girls knew I was going to say yes, and they brought up, there's a joke element to making some. But the reality is, like, I was like, I don't know. I go, you could put like that dildo up my ass if you want, if you let me fuck around with you both. And they were like, oh, if you let us do that, we will fuck you both.
Wow.
And then like,
It's a good move.
Yeah.
they put
Turn it into a stunt.
They put it to the tip of my asshole, and I was just like, ladies, it's like, you might as well try to shove a fucking brick in there. Like, it's not going to work. Like, I wouldn't do this to you, which is a lie. I would have. But I was like, I wouldn't do this to you. And they ended up going through with it. Yeah, fucking years ago, it's hilarious. I worked last night with Jim Jeffries.
Oh, yeah.
At Carnegie Hall. Weirdly enough, I met Jim Jeffries like 10, 11 years ago in I guess 9 or 10 years ago in South Africa. He had never been to America before. We were doing the Cape Town Comedy Festival. And I remember me and Todd Lynn were out there. You remember Todd Lynn?
Oh, yeah. That was a mean guy.
Talking about a curmudgeon, passed away now. But I was like, it's funny. I remember me and Todd Lindo both telling Jim Jeffries, like, you should come to America, dude. You do great out there. He's like, I don't know, mate. It scares me to come out there. He goes, and I said to Jim last night, I go, funny thing, here we are like almost 10 years later. He goes, I'm 75 pounds lighter. You're headlining Carnegie Hall, and Todd's dead. So I don't know. At least I'm second. At least I'm in second place.
Big J. Oakerson,
Big J, everybody.
Jay, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it.